It's been 5 months since I deleted social media. Let me tell you all about it. You know, a lot of people tell me that they take breaks, or, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people take breaks from social media, but they aren't actualizing their goals. They're not working towards anything meaningful. So as soon as boredom creeps in and they don't have that discipline or motivation to keep it deleted, social media is right back on their phone and they're right back at it, doom scrolling, all these things. And I mean, that's perfectly average. Nowadays, it's like maybe you set time limits. Maybe, the people who re-downloaded their social media set time limits, or, take periodic breaks in their days or their weeks to stay off social media. I don't think that that's freedom or like purposeful for real. I think it's like more of a mental thing that they try to trick themselves into. But in my head, it's just a smaller cage, and it's, even more of a prison to have that itch. But you go on your phone, you can't, like, it's like you're being restricted from something that you're fiending for. And it's not the restriction that's the problem. It's the you fiending for it that's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? I think that in a way, a lot of people aren't taking the stairs. Just saw a video earlier today that, and this girl, she was explaining how people don't take the stairs and they choose to take the elevator instead. Whether that is because they don't see the stairs, whether it's because they see the stairs, don't want to take the stairs, people just choose to take the elevator. And obviously, well, not obviously, because she had to explain it as well, but stairs is a metaphor for the things you do in life. People choose to take the easy route instead of doing something difficult and challenging themselves to step outside of their comfort zone, to grow in areas that they may have never even discovered they need to grow, or that they may have never identified that they need to grow in. So yeah, just keep that in mind through this whole video. Just take the stairs sometimes. Most times, you know what I'm saying? Even I don't take the stairs all the time, but I would make the effort to more often than not now. And so that's just what I encourage. But that's a different video. That's a different person talking. You know what I'm saying? We get into that another time. I don't blame people who re-download social media, because it's like being a prisoner in your own mind. I think for me, I want to get into the deeper reason why every time I have a conversation with somebody about why I deleted social media or how I'm doing offline and everything like that. It's like sometimes I just want to dig a little deeper into that person and ask them why. When I have these conversations with people or I talk to people about it, I think when people give their reasons of why they cannot get off of social media, it doesn't justify the addiction that they have. When I genuinely ask people why they can't get off social media and they give me reasons, I don't think that those are justifications. Like I said, I think if people start asking themselves genuinely why they think they need social media and they really dug deep into it, they would realize that they don't. Even when you strip away all the justifications and all the reasons as to why you are still on social media, what's left, and maybe there's something left, it just doesn't hold up. So you're really left with no reason, no justification as to why. In my experience, I've had multiple conversations over the course of 5 months, and it's like the same 2-3 reasons why they don't delete social media. One of them is because they're not ready. Second one is because it's too hard. The third one is because they create content. You know what I'm saying? The first two, right? They say, what about trends? What about politics? What about the news? What about staying connected? They like to flip it on me. Oh, you're so disciplined. Oh, you're so mature. Oh, you're so strong. you must be so locked in. You must be, how is it? Like, it must be so refreshing. Like, they're assuming all of these things about me simply because I'm offline. And in my head, it's like, if you assume that this is what's happening to people offline, why don't you feel ready to experience that? You know what I'm saying? I think I just love the why about it. The why. I'm questioning why. I'm gonna explain to you what I've really been experiencing in these past 5 months. And it might be something you can expect, maybe not. And I think it's to each his own, but this is what I've been experiencing. Clearly not better posture because I'm over here slouched on the couch, like just chilling with y'all. What's good? Anyways, the first thing I experienced offline was fixation. Me always grabbing my phone, reaching for my phone, trying to check social media, scrolling through. Oh dang, I deleted Instagram. Oh dang, you know what I'm saying? I deleted TikTok. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Just reaching for my phone every 2 seconds just to be let down, put it back down. Like I don't need to be grabbing my phone anymore. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason to. I'm not texting nobody. I'm not calling nobody. I just, you know what I'm saying? There was always that urge to reach for my phone every single second of the day. And also that first phase, I was getting a lot of doubt from others. Not intentional, not something that was very direct doubt. It was more so like good luck, you know what I'm saying? Well, we'll see, you know what I'm saying? Maybe try out 1 month, see how you feel type of thing. I think a lot of people weren't really understanding of the situation I was in. And so a lot of people gave a lot of judgment on my decision without understanding the situation I was in. And that meant like people gave me congratulations without really fully believing that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of led into a lot of self-doubt, me questioning myself, and kind of taking a step back to think like if this is something that I really wanted to do. But also, I think a lot of the doubt that was coming from other people fueled my fire. It kind of gave me fuel and motivation to kind of just do it because I like to prove people wrong in a way. So that was just something that helped me. But let me start by saying this. The reason why I deleted social media in the first place was because I needed an escape. A very fast escape, a very quick decision, impulsive decision that was going to be scary. But I didn't have a plan going in. I didn't have any thoughts about it. I was literally around a group of people, and I was thinking about something that was going to happen in the next few days. And I said, I don't want to deal with it. It was actually me kind of like avoiding something, me escaping something. And so I deleted it with no thoughts, no plans. That is why I think that it was such like a hard thing for me to do initially. Like when I say, oh yeah, I was reaching for my phone, or I was, experiencing self-doubt or hearing doubt from others and not really understanding what was going on in that situation because I didn't have a plan to delete social media. I knew I wanted to in the new year, but the new year had passed. You know what I'm saying? It was already January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. The days just kept piling up. And I still ain't delete social media. So it wasn't a plan, you know what I'm saying? It was just a think fast. I was around a group of people and I just delete it. And I think that literally was the best decision of the year. You know what I'm saying? I think during my 6-month video, I'm going to give a full breakdown of like top to bottom. This is exactly what I've experienced in the past 6 months. This is just month 5, so I'm just giving you what I've experienced so far and what you might can expect. And this is like, I have some notes written down, but really this is just off the dome, me being as transparent as possible. The second phase in these 5 months was like, okay, this is easy. A lot of people are coming up to me, oh yeah, I'm saying social media this, social media that, and I kind of like faked it till I made it. Like, I cannot lie. At first I was like trying to pretend like I was just A-okay offline, but then as more people started asking me about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is something I could actually take serious. This wasn't like month 2. This was still month 1, but it was like later, like halfway through the month of me being offline. And I'm like, you know what? Let me make a plan. I started watching videos. I came across this one Dan Coe video. If you know Dan Coe, you know that guy is like that. Research Dan Coe if you really want to change your life. Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much, but I came across this video called "Ignore Everyone." Well, that was the thumbnail. I can't remember if that was the. I think it might have been a how to get ahead type of thing, but I remember the thumbnail was "Ignore Everyone" because I saw the video like 3-4 times. I'm like, I don't want to watch this dude. Like, I was watching every other video but this, but it kept popping up on my YouTube. So I was like, okay, forget it. Let me watch it, and it completely changed my life. So you want to, you know what I'm saying, take a step in this direction, the right direction, Dan Coe. Anyways, so I started writing out goals, even though I wasn't too sure about what it is that I wanted in life at the time and what it is that I didn't want, my anti-vision. I started to do things. I started to be proactive, productive. I started to have this huge wave of motivation take over for like a couple of weeks. It was like so strong that I was like, gym. I was wake up, Dan Coe, gym, work after work, working on myself, reading. Like, it was just like, I'm like, dang, I don't even recognize who I am right now. I'm just doing stuff just because I can. I don't have social media. I have nothing but time. I'm not really around people right now. Like, I just have mad free time. I'm not booked and busy. I'm just doing exactly what it is that I want to do in that moment. And so I was just on a high, crazy high. So that was phase 2. I started experiencing things that I've never experienced before. I was like, wow, this could actually work. So that fueled me. That was like, okay, this is the right decision. I've made the right decision. I didn't know what I was doing before, but now I know what I'm doing. So phase 3. I started hanging out with a lot of people. I started going out more. And this is something that I did intentionally. I wanted to socialize more. I wanted to be more social. Didn't want to like stay to myself too much. Because I also want to form connections outside of social media. That was a big reason. That was something that became a reason why I wanted to be offline, so that I could experience people in real life, experience people in real time, and kind of get to know people outside of their profiles. I started to drift. And if you know what drifting is, it's basically accepting what the world has in store for you, or going with the flow of the world without fighting it, or inputting your own thoughts and feelings and emotions in the decisions that you're making. You're not really making decisions for yourself. You're kind of just going with the flow, and wherever life takes you, that's where you'll go, type of thing. That's what I started experiencing. I was drifting, and I didn't notice I was drifting, and that is not good. But there was a point where I started to experience FOMO, because I was around all these people and they're online, right? Everybody's online around me. Everybody's on social media. Everybody's doing the damn thing. Oh, check their phones. I'm talking to somebody, they pull out their phone like, oh yeah, let me get you on Instagram. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just experiencing FOMO low key because everybody's online. Everybody's virtual right now in my face. So that became such a hard thing. So it started to become a temptation to just be like, you know, so fuck it. Like, I'm meeting all these people, I need to be back online. And then after I took a step back, I'm like, damn, like, I'm doing all these things outside. I haven't been doing any of the things that I was working on while I was by myself, to myself, all these things. So now I'm not working on my goals. Now I'm not actualizing my life. And I'm experiencing FOMO, and I'm drifting. It's just all these things in my head. I'm like, fuck, I just want to get back on social media. Like, it's like itching now. Like, fuck it, bro. But that is when everything changed. When I become aware of something, sometimes I put my mind in a state of panic, and I start to try to change things immediately. So what I did was, I was like, man, forget this. I'm not about to sit up here and download. Like, I'm not going to fail. This one thing that I can control. This is one thing that I can control. I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to fail. I'm gonna at least get to 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me take a step back and let me stay busy. Let me stay busy doing the things that I want to do at least and stop drifting. You know what I'm saying? Let me write down the goals, write down actions to those goals. And I'm this is a more recent thing. This phase is more recently, I will say. And I have recently started to understand that I'm completely different than when I started this and completely different than I was last year. And so I'm trying to understand my past self, understand who I aspire to be, understand who I am right now, and bridge that gap and kind of, you know what I'm saying, be present in this moment, understanding all of those things. So started writing down goals, milestones, and action steps to get to the point where I want to be. I started learning more about myself, turning boredom into creativity. Literally, the other day, I was able to, a whole car ride, no music, no sounds, no nothing, no talking. I talk to myself a lot, especially in a car. But I told myself, just silence. So for 15 minutes, I'm in a car, just driving, looking around, absorbing everything, having so many thoughts about the things around me. But anyways, I say all this to say that I'm turning boredom into creativity. I'm reading more again. Pretty much, I'm taking the stairs. I'm doing the harder things in life. I'm doing the things that I shied away from or I avoided, and I'm just doing them. And revisiting my why, the thing that I came up with after I already deleted social media. And just staying busy with those things, and feeling confident enough in myself now to pursue those things, execute, deliver, and make sure that I don't fail. I'm building my self-trust as we speak. I think that is why I am where I am today, because of that last phase of everything being so freaking hard and temptation taking over. And because I'm starting to work towards things and I have like plans, and I'm noticing another change in myself that is different from even like 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's giving me an urge to want to stay offline longer, to not have distractions. I think something in my brain clicked and made me realize that I am exactly who I want to be in this current moment. And I am actually working towards something that I want to accomplish that is bigger than myself. You know what I'm saying? Finally, I just, for the first time in a very long time, I can actually visualize my future again. For the first time in a very, very long time. So that it makes me want to stay offline longer. And although, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna see how I feel at 6 months, and every single day this month, I'm like working, I'm grinding to see like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna fucking do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, everybody needs to delete social media and run away from social media and I'm simply saying that you should take a break. And that's just my suggestion. That's my advice. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm not running away from the world or anything like that. I'm simply waking up from it, and I'm using my time offline to get ahead. And I would advise anybody to do the same. And they say it all the time. People say it's cliche, but if I can do it, I promise you can do it. I would triple dare you to try for 1 month. Just 1 month. If you could do 1 month, I promise you could do 3. And if you could do 3 months, I promise you can get to 6. But that's it for me. I'm Mears. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.